Improving performance. This video will cover how performance is improved in relation to long distance running. The topics that will be covered are energy systems, types of training, sports psychology, psychological strategies, sports nutrition, and recovery strategies. The major energy system used in long distance running is the aerobic system. This system burns glycogen and fats for fuel, and while it produces energy at a low rate, it is able to sustain the body for 2 hours or longer. Due to the first two energy systems, a lactacid and lactic, only lasting for 10 seconds and 3 minutes respectively, the aerobic system will be used heavily as a source of energy in the 5-kilometer run. Using this energy system means that the recovery rate will be quite low, requiring 12 to 48 hours to restore depleted sources of fuel and remove the carbon dioxide waste from the body. Training has a substantial effect on performance in any sport. For the 5-kilometer run, the types of training that I focus on are aerobic, flexibility, and strength training. Aerobic training aims to improve the efficiency of the body's ability to produce and use energy. My aerobic training consists of both continuous training and interval training. The continuous training consists of runs longer than 5 kilometers at a steady intensity in order to increase endurance and efficiency. This allows the body to increase oxygen uptake and cardiac output required for prolonged exercising. This style of exercising is also most specific to the demands of long distance running. I complete aerobic interval training so that I am able to see the biggest improvement in the maximum volume of oxygen my body is able to use, as this will increase my endurance for long distance running. My aerobic intervals are 800 meters at 8 kilometers an hour, followed by 200 meters at 10 kilometers an hour for 5 reps. This is measured accurately using a treadmill. My flexibility training is important for warming up and cooling down so that I reduce the chance of injury. Dynamic stretches are important for warm-ups to get the muscles moving, trigger muscle memory, and allow for more blood to be pumped to the legs. This is important to prevent injury during exercise, which will reduce the rest time needed afterwards. Static stretches like knee holds, leg holds, and toe stretching are used for cooling down to reduce further injury to the leg muscles after training or performance. The final type of training that I complete is strength training. My strength training focuses on building up muscles in my legs so that I am able to take longer strides in my running without getting sore. I will also work on strength training my core with a few fixed weight exercises, as this helps with my stability when running, causing my pace to increase over time. An elite athlete, Mo Farah, focuses on the same training types as I do, but with a larger focus on aerobic, continuous running, core strengthening, and dynamic flexibility. These training types allow him to be an Olympic distance runner and improve his performance constantly, which is what I aim to do. Sports psychology allows for an athlete to not only be physically ready, but also mentally ready. In any sport, it is important to have an intrinsic motivation, as this will keep the athlete driven to improve. I am intrinsically motivated to run as I enjoy the sport and want to keep improving the speed at which I run 5 kilometers. Anxiety and arousal are important dimensions of an athlete's performance. In running, it is best to have little to no anxiety or stress, as this causes loss of concentration on the rhythm of the run. Arousal should be kept at mid-range compared to other sports, as the energy level must be maintained on one activity for an extended period of time. However, it is also important that the athlete doesn't become apathetic while running. Some key psychological strategies that I use include breathing exercises, mental rehearsal, and listening to music. Mental rehearsal of the course and listening to music allows me to concentrate and reach the correct level of arousal before beginning to run. Psychological strategies that aim to focus and relax me also reduce my stress and anxiety levels, which further improves my performance. This allows me to focus on my running technique so I can perform at my best. Mo Farah also listens to music before his runs in order to get in the zone. He also goes on slow jogs before his runs in order to reduce anxiety and stress. Nutrition plays an important role in running performance. As my body is using glycogen and fat stores when I run, it is important that I fill those stores before exercising. On a day when I am doing a 5-kilometer run, I will start with a breakfast of oats, peaches, almonds, and a glass of water. The oats provide carbohydrates that I am able to use for energy during the race, and water is important to keep me hydrated. If my race is in the afternoon, then I will have a carbohydrate, protein, and fats-focused lunch. This will consist of rice, chicken, tomato, avocado, and a glass of water. This meal incorporates all 3 fuel groups that I will be using while working the aerobic system, and it is vital that I keep these fuel stores full. I will usually have a snack about 1 hour before my run, ensuring I have time to digest it properly, and this is usually a piece of fruit and another glass of water. During my run, I will aim to drink an energy drink with some watermelon, as these will keep me hydrated despite sweating and boost my energy with their sugar levels. After the run, I will have another energy drink as well as water, as it is vital to replace fluid loss and begin to replenish fuel stores. In the evening, I will make sure to have a large dinner consisting of lots of carbohydrates, proteins, and vitamins. This meal would consist of pasta, beans, carrot, and salmon with a glass of water. While it is important to fuel up before exercising, it is just as important to eat well afterwards to reduce the recovery period. Mo Farah also focuses on supplying his body with sufficient carbohydrates through eating pasta for lunch and dinner. Supplementation is not an important part of my sport as I do not perform at an elite level. Supplements can help boost an athlete's performance for a short period of time. I take magnesium tablets as they increase the conversion of aerobic fuels into energy, which increases my efficiency during running. Magnesium also allows for quicker recovery as it reduces muscle cramps and spasms, as well as preventing further injury. Mo Farah also uses supplements in the form of caffeine, so he is able to see immediate improvements to his performance and endurance as caffeine is a stimulant. I use a range of recovery strategies in order to reduce my recovery time, as this will allow me to return to training faster and continue to work on my performance. After a run or training, I will complete a range of stretches as well as walking to cool down. As a physiological strategy, this avoids fluid retention, cramping, and speeds up recovery time. I also make sure that I hydrate after exercising to replace the fluids lost through sweat. If I have an injury, I will use cryotherapy as a tissue damage strategy. This involves ice packs on my legs after a run to reduce inflammation, fluid buildup, and prevent a secondary injury. Recovery also involves a rest day after a big performance, as this allows for my mood to be improved and re-energize myself to begin training. Mo Farah also sees the importance of a rest day in keeping up his performance, as it allows him to physically and mentally recover from a run. Many aspects affect an athlete's performance, as seen in 5-kilometer running. Training, psychology, nutrition, and recovery all play a part in improving performance, and with a combination of the techniques I have discussed, I have been able to greatly improve my run. Thanks for watching this video on improving performance for long distance running.